Some inventions changed the world, and believe it or not, they were born purely by accident. Today, I'm going to show you 10 inventions created by mistake, real stories of error, luck, and a sharp eye that turned into brilliant solutions. 1. Penicillin. Alexander Fleming went on vacation and came back to lab culture plates contaminated by a mold. Instead of throwing them out, he noticed the bacteria didn't grow around that fungus. Curiosity spoke louder. He isolated the substance the mold produced and realized it could kill microorganisms. The rest, you can guess. The first mass antibiotic was born, turning once deadly infections into something treatable. Hidden moral here, not every mess is just a problem. Sometimes it's a clue to a breakthrough. 2. Microwave oven. Percy Spencer worked with magnetrons, radar components, and noticed a chocolate bar in his pocket had melted while he was testing the equipment. Intrigued, he placed corn kernels near the device, and they popped. Then he tried an egg, which exploded. From that string of oops moments came controlled tests and the idea of directing microwave radiation to heat food quickly and conveniently. What began as a side effect became express cooking, from offices to corner bakeries. 3. Post-it. At 3M, Spencer Silver invented a weakly sticky glue, the kind nobody wanted because it didn't really stick. Years later, Art Fry, who sang in a choir, needed page markers that wouldn't fall out of his hymnal. He remembered the glue that didn't stick hard, it just held lightly. He started applying the adhesive to small pieces of paper and realized you could stick, remove, and re-stick without tearing anything. The prototype became office culture and a reminder about useful error. What seems weak for one job can be perfect for another. 4. Teflon, PTFE. Roy Plunkett was experimenting with refrigerant gases when a cylinder clogged out of nowhere. Opening it, he found a slippery white powder that reacted with almost nothing. The material had low friction, high chemical resistance, and slid like soap. Years later, its most famous household use took off, non-stick pans that were more practical and easy to clean. It all started with a gas that disappeared into a solid, and a researcher who decided to investigate instead of discard. 5. X-rays. Wilhelm Röntgen was testing cathode ray tubes when he noticed a strange glow on a fluorescent screen across the room. Even with the tube covered, something traveled through the air, making the screen shine. He put objects in the way. Their shadows appeared with different intensities. Then his wife's hand. And there were the bones, projected. Not knowing exactly what it was, he called it X, as in unknown. Soon medicine had a way to see inside the body. No scalpel, no guesswork. 6. Velcro. Engineer George de Mestral returned from a walk to find burrs stuck to his dog's fur and his clothes. Instead of yanking and grumbling, he took the seeds to a microscope. Underneath, he found a forest of tiny hooks that latched onto the fabric's loops. He replicated the idea with 2 strips, one covered in hooks, the other in loops. Touch them and they stick, pull and they release without damage. From clothing to backpacks, from shoes to space gear, a trail annoyance became a universal open and close solution. 7. Saccharin sweetener. In a lab, a researcher went to dinner without washing his hands well and noticed a persistent sweet taste on his fingers and silverware. Back at work, he traced the culprit, a substance far sweeter than regular sugar. What began as "what's that taste" became an alternative for recipes and diet products, with the usual use in moderation caveat. The turn here is simple: curiosity plus method. A discovery that changes habits. 8. Pacemaker. An electronic engineer was working on a circuit to record heartbeats and accidentally used a resistor with the wrong value. The circuit started emitting rhythmic pulses, mimicking a heartbeat's cadence. From that stumble came the idea to use a controlled pulse generator to stimulate the heart muscle, saving those with dangerously slow rhythms. The implantable device evolved with better batteries and biocompatible housings and is now standard in cardiology. One component error turned into extra time on the clock for millions. 9. Superglue, cyanoacrylate. Harry Coover was looking for transparent optical materials and ran into a substance that glued everything, tools included. It was rejected at the time. It stuck too much. Years later, someone realized sticks too much was exactly the point. For quick repairs and tough surfaces, superglue was born. Useful from crafts to industry. Bonus tidbit. Controlled medical versions have helped seal cuts in emergencies under professional care. Don't try that at home. The material's stubbornness became a solution that lives in every toolbox. 10. Popsicle. A mix of powdered drink and water was left outside on a cold night, with a stick sitting in the cup. By morning, the drink had turned into a solid block, with the stick acting as a handle. The improvised experiment became backyard fun, then a product with flavors and shapes. What started as a household accident became one of summer's most popular treats, simple to make and easy to sell. Sometimes an invention is one careless moment away, and just needs a good story to tell. Which one surprised you the most? And which would you turn into a demo video? If you like this, drop a like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who loves curiosities born from an oops, now what?